everyone, and welcome. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're going beyond just memorizing fruit names in Sanskrit and Hindi. We're going to learn how to actually use them in complete sentences. You know, the kind you can use in real life. It makes remembering them so much easier. Let's jump right in. So, here's the game plan. We'll start with our main idea, learning everything sentence by sentence. Then we'll dive into different groups of fruits, the classics, some colorful ones. We'll talk about taste and even seasons. Breaking it down like this really helps make the vocabulary stick. And then at the very end, it's going to be your turn to think about how you can practice this. Okay, so let's kick things off with our big idea here, learning through context. And you might be asking, why do it this way? Well, it's simple. Instead of just giving you a long list of words you'll probably forget, we're going to see them in action. And that, right there, is the key to making them a real part of your vocabulary. All right, first up, the sweet and classic fruits. Let's begin with the mango. In Sanskrit, it's amram. Amram. Hear that nice long ah sound? In Hindi, it's a bit shorter. Am. Let's try that one more time. Amram and am. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's put that word into a real sentence.
आम्रं फलानां राजा कथ्यते.
This is a classic saying you'll hear all the time, and it means the mango is called the king of fruits. How cool is that? It's such a great way to remember the word because it gives the mango this amazing, memorable title. Next up, we have the banana. So in Sanskrit, it's kadalipalam, and in Hindi, it's gela. Listen to that E sound in gela. It's really clean, kind of like the E in cafe. Ready? Let's say them together. Kadalipalam, gela. And this is a perfect example of how practical these sentences can be.
अहं प्रतिदिनं कदलीफलं खादामि.
It just means I eat a banana every day. This connects the word directly to a daily habit, something you actually do. See what I mean? It's not just a word anymore, it's a real life action. Okay, let's move on and build on what we've just learned. In this next section, we'll look at sentences that actually teach us how to describe the fruits, starting with their beautiful, vibrant colors. Here we have the black plum. In Sanskrit, it's jambufalam. In Hindi, it's jamun. You'll notice the sounds are pretty similar there, which definitely helps. Now get this. Listen to the sentence.
एतत् जम्बूफलं कृष्णवर्णम् अस्ति.
The really important word in there is Krishnavarnam, which means black in color. So the sentence itself is telling you the fruit's color. It's like a little built-in dictionary, a perfect 2-for-1. And of course, an absolute classic, the apple. In Sanskrit, it's sebphalam, sebaphalam, and in Hindi, it's even simpler, just seb. And this next sentence, it adds another whole layer.
सेबफलं रक्तवर्णं सुन्दरं च अस्ति.
Here we actually get two descriptive words. Raktavarnam means red, and Sundaram means beautiful. See how you can start to paint a much more detailed picture with just a few extra words? All right, we've covered how fruits look, so let's talk about how they taste. This next section is all about describing those amazing flavors, from sweet all the way to sour. First up in the taste category is the orange. In Sanskrit, it's narangam, and in Hindi, it's santra. So, what does an orange taste like? Well, this sentence tells us everything we need to know.
नारङ्गम् आम्लं मधुरं च भवति.
It's amlam, which means sour, and madhuram, which means sweet. It's a perfect description of that unique flavor we all know. Okay, now for a little contrast. Here we have the lemon. In Sanskrit, it's nimbapalam. In Hindi, it's nimbu. And here, this is where you see the power of just one little word.
निम्बफलं अति अम्लम् अस्ति.
Amlam, again. But did you catch the little word right before it? Ati. That one word means very. So the lemon isn't just sour, it's very sour. A tiny word that makes a huge difference. So this slide really just puts it all together visually, right? On one side, the orange is sour and sweet, but on the other, the lemon is very sour. So now you actually have the words to talk about not just different tastes, but different levels of taste. All right, for our last group of fruits, we're going to go beyond just looks and taste and get into context. These sentences are going to teach us about when we eat certain fruits, connecting them to things like the seasons. Let's talk about watermelon. In Sanskrit, it is kushmandam, and in Hindi, tarboos. And this sentence is so cool because it puts the fruit right into a season for us.
ग्रीष्मकाले वयं कूष्माण्डं खादामः.
The key part there is grishmakale, which means in the summer. So now you can talk about eating watermelon at the absolute perfect time of year. It just makes your vocabulary so much more useful. And to round out our little trio of global favorites, we've got grapes. In Hindi, angur. And in Sanskrit, darakshapalam. It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? How different these names sound, but they're all pointing to that same sweet fruit. And of course, Sanskrit sticks with that classic phalam ending. And what says tropical more than a coconut, right? In Hindi, nariyal. In Sanskrit, narikela. See that connection? You can really hear how the Hindi name just kind of evolved right out of that Sanskrit root. So in Hindi, it's papita, which, sounds a whole lot like the English word papaya. But then you get to Sanskrit, and it's this totally unique term, arandam. Next, let's talk about the pomegranate, with those amazing little jewel-like seeds. The Hindi name is anar, but listen to the Sanskrit, dadimum. There's just something so ancient and noble about that word, dadimum. Don't you think? And now, the guava. In Hindi, it's amurud, but check out this Sanskrit name, Amrita Phalam. Okay, get this. Amrita means nectar of the gods or immortality. So this is literally the fruit of immortality. I mean, how amazing is that? What a name. All right, to close out this section, we've got the very unique custard apple. In Hindi, it's known as sharifa, but the Sanskrit name is Sita Phalam, which literally means Sita's fruit. That's a direct connection to a really important figure in Hindu scripture. And our very last one for today is the date. That super sweet and nourishing staple. And just like we saw with the fig, the names here are nearly identical. Khajur in Hindi and Khajuram in Sanskrit. It just shows that really direct, clear linguistic line from one to the other. So let's just step back and look at what we did here. You didn't just learn a list of words, did you? No way! You learned how to call the mango the king of fruits. You learned how to describe the color of a black plum. You learned how to compare the tastes of an orange and a lemon. And you even learned how to talk about eating watermelon in the summertime. This is real communication. And that really brings us to the end of our journey for today. You've picked up some incredible new tools. So I guess the only question left is, which of these fruit sentences are you going to try to use first? Give it some thought. Thanks so much for joining me, and happy learning!